this kid here, I think, has been a huge factor in the game. He's got 7 assists. But early in the second half, when the offense was a little stagnant, they brought Watson in, they brought Mills in, and things started rolling for Southern Miss.
Number 2 in Conference USA in free throw shooting. He has provided the spark off the bench. There you see what he's done tonight. 7 assists. That's double and then 1 over his season average. And he's got 8 points to go along with the 7 assists, and Southern Miss up now by 2. 12 lead changes in this ball game. Steal by Johnson. Can't come up with it. Nice job, Nelson. Mills almost had it, and Southern Miss, great hustle. Johnson, yes! Henry with 3 fouls to the hole with the left hand, counted, and it'll go to the line.
This game, we've said before, has been played with tremendous intensity. Angelo Johnson gets this thing going, and now it's a scramble. And here Mills steps in, knocks the ball away, and now we get rolling again. That is a great defensive series for Southern Miss, and it results in this huge 3-point basket by Angelo Johnson. And you notice Johnson there, as he made
tonight, he's number 10 all-time in assist average in Southern Miss history. He's a warrior. But at the line, it'll be Terrence Henry. He's got 13 tonight. But an offensive rebound.
We heard Larry Eustace talk to Jen going off the court at halftime about how they're having a tough time blocking out in a set situation, and there they turn it over. But you know, if you're Southern Miss, you got to block out on free throws, because Andy Kennedy's guys miss a number of them. They've been pretty good today, but traditionally they miss free throws.
I've never seen a coach practice that in shoot around as Larry Eustace did today, saying, guys, we've got to learn how to do this better, because they will miss free throws. Inside of 9 minutes, 3-point Southern Miss lead.
But how do you practice blocking out guys like Holloway and Buckner? I mean, those guys.
And Cox, who's enormous.
Good heavens.
Mills, not afraid to take the punishment as he goes inside.
You look at this guy and you think, well, you know, he's not very athletic looking. Of course, he's got some huge shoulders, but he just knows how to use his body.
Jonathan Mills, Jen, he's a heck of a player and doing a great job tonight, Jen.
He is, and you know, it was funny after that last play when he did not box out on the other end of the free throw. He looked over at his coach, put his hands down as if to say, calm down. I know, it was my bad. I don't know if it worked, but hey, he knew it was his fault, and then he came down and tried to make up for it on the other end.
That's how you make up for it. You go to the free throw line, you knock a couple down.
He's coming off his best game, 16 points versus Louisiana Tech. He's got 12 points, 6 rebounds today.
He knew he missed that free throw, and so he violated. The guy on the line can't step into the lane until the ball hits the rim. And he knew that was gone. That was off to the right, and he went after it.
The lead is 4. Ole Miss led in intermission on a last-second shot. Now they find themselves trailing. A lot of battling going inside as Lachey Page was just doing everything he could to keep Henry from getting position.
And that's a tough task for Page. Remember, he's only about 6'2".
And he's got 3 personal fouls, and that will send Henry back to the line.
And Henry is 6'9", and when Henry's been able to catch the ball close, he's been able to convert.
Henry 1 of 2 from the stripe today. Two of 3 now from the line. He's got 16 points on 7 of 10 shooting from the floor. He made the bold prediction earlier this year saying the NCAA drought will end this year.
You Mills blocked out pretty well that time.
Yes, they did. See, they practiced it. I'm telling you. A whistle and another foul.
And this is a guy in Watson. If you're the defender, it's hard to think about this, but you do not want to foul him while he's taking the ball to the basket. Force him to make a tough shot in traffic. Here he comes driving to the basket, gets past Nelson. Nelson just drops that arm. That's the one that official's going to call every time. But this guy, I mean, he scores almost half of his points from the free throw line, or more than 40% of his points from the free throw line. And he's a great free throw shooter. You just simply don't want to put him at the line.
There you see his points tonight for Neil Watson.
Force him to make that tough two in traffic.
And now he's 4 of 4 from the stripe, and the lead goes back to 5, matching the biggest lead for Southern Miss this afternoon. Summers off balance shot, in and halfway out. Cox had a shot at it, couldn't get it.
That was a great job by Pelham to sort of nudge Cox out of the way. If you can nudge a 276-pound guy, Pelham just did it.
Inside. Oh my, Jonathan Mills again.
Fakes the shot blocker, gets him out of the way, and then just squeezes it over the rim. What a game Mills is having.
14 points for Mills, and he gives them their largest lead in the game. Williams tied up. Williams will launch the 3. Bodies everywhere. Cox comes down with it and then almost throws it away. Henry, and he is fouled out of play. Jonathan Mills has done a great job for Larry Eustachy's squad tonight. He's played defense, he's rebounded, and he has scored. 7:29 to play in the game. An outstanding job by Jonathan Mills. Averaged a double-double in junior college at College of Eastern Utah. This year he's averaging 8 points and just under 6 rebounds a game. But on the other end of the floor, Terrence Henry with the free throws. Jen, how's the Ole Miss sideline? How's Andy Kennedy over there?
Yeah, he was actually very calm, Ron, and he looked around at his guys, some of whom were hanging their heads. He patted Murphy Holloway on the knee. He said, look, we're fine. We've got plenty of time to do this. And then assistant coach Sergio Rocco said, look, guys, you're wanting them to miss. You got to make them miss on defense.
Good point. Andy's been around a while.
And speaking of Murphy Holloway, he's only got 1 field goal attempt here in the second half. No points, 1 rebound. There, that trap causes Bolton to have to call a timeout. But Murphy Holloway, who was such a huge factor in the first half, has basically disappeared here in the second half. That's a very good resume so far, and this would be an excellent win because, as we mentioned, Southern Miss comes into this game, and it's still really early, and this is there isn't any official RPI right now, but in one of those RPI projections, Southern Miss right at the moment is at number 12. So this would be an excellent win for Ole Miss if they can get it. They've got to go back to what really worked for them, and that is getting the ball inside, particularly with those offensive rebounds and scoring from close.
Golden Eagles with a 5-point advantage. Bolden inside. He's met quickly by 2 blue jerseys. Southern Miss will have the basketball.
See, if you're Bolden, you have to be able to sense that you've drawn a second guy. Here he's going one-on-one with Henry. And now watch as Buckner comes over. If you're Bolden, you've got to know that Buckner's there, and you've got to find Mills inside who's open.
How could you not know Buckner's there? You know he is the shot blocker for this team.
Only 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
And it's taken away by Holloway. And he almost has his pocket picked.
Holloway's best game is not out handling the ball out in the middle of the court.
Henry, baseline left hand, and he rolls it over the front of the iron.
If he's going to catch the ball that close to the basket, there's nothing Watson can do.
20 points now for Terrence Henry in the ballgame, doubling his season average. That ties his career high, and we've got a whistle and a foul.
Boy, and that is just not a good foul by Dundrecous Nelson. Not because it's just because it's so far away from the basket, but the guy he fouled is Watson, who almost never misses from the free throw line. That's just not a good play. And the official is almost never going to let you reach from behind like that and slap the ball away. It's very hard to do without making contact, and the referee calls the foul. That's 4 fouls now. Another reason why you may want to rethink doing that next game.
And Nelson's going to have to take a seat on the bench with 17 points. So Andy Kennedy loses a score. Neil Watson now 5 of 5 from the stripe today. And the lead is 5. Summers off his foot. Summers off balance, running right-hander buries it. He's got 7.
Summers is really good with those off-balance shots in the lane.
Kind of an old-school throwback kind of point guard guy. Bolden, he'll launch a teardrop, won't go. Rebound knocked around. We've got a whistle and a foul. Buckner came down with it.
I'm not sure that was an example of particularly good shot selection by Bolden there. And the officials are just not going to let that kind of contact go down on the inside, because that's where they get the elbows starting to be thrown around, and Mills now picks up his 4th foul. He just got tangled up in there.
Can't afford to lose him the way
No, not with 6 minutes left.
And here's Reginald Buckner at the line. 8 points, 14 rebounds, and he banks it home. Buckner, 59% career free throw shooter.
And that even draws a smile from Larry Eustace.
He goes, my goodness.
More conventional that way. He's actually done a nice job from the free throw line this afternoon.
His second double-double this season. The lead for Southern Miss cut to 1. Mills sees a cutting Bolden, feeds him, and draws the whistle.
The defense, watch inside. Here's the key right here, is Mills is going to get the ball. Watch the defenders turn and look at Mills. And as a result, that's going to give Bolden the opportunity to cut down there. Everybody's looking at the ball.
Here's Bolden at the line with 6 points tonight. Pretty good free throw shooter at 74.
If this game comes down to a free throw shooting contest, advantage certainly Southern Miss. They shoot 79% as a team.
And Bolden gets them both, and the lead goes back to 3 with 5:47 to play. Buckner and Holloway back involved in this. Henry out front. Over Johnson, and he carries it. That's just almost impossible.
There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, the guy's going to take a couple dribbles that far from the basket. The defender's going to back off a little bit. If he's going to rise up and shoot that 20-footer, nothing. You can't. No defense against that.
And Henry has a new career high with 22 points. Closing in on 5 minutes left in this ball game. Johnson, the pull-up jumper.
You've got some guys out here in a tight game making big shots.
Yes. Henry and Johnson are doing battle. And here is Henry. Page guarding him, and Henry just takes it easily to the hole.
Drove to the basket. Mills has 4 fouls. Nothing he can do. Page has 3 fouls. He's got to be careful.
How do you stop the guy then? Deny him the ball, probably.
Easier said than done.
Yeah. Watson will wisely set it up. Bolden, difficult shot. Doesn't get the bounce. Rebound controlled by Ole Miss, and again it's Reginald Buckner. 15 rebounds in the ball game.
They go right at Henry.
Yeah. The spin move, the leaner, no. Nice job by Watson just getting in the way. Watson will take it with a scoop shot.
That's great defense, just holding his ground, not letting Henry get close to the basket, and then takes it the other way and makes the tough shot.
And they're going to bring Pella back into the lineup at first, and he